Hello. In this video, we explore Manchester during the 17th and 18th centuries. This is a story told through places, the streets, churches, and gathering points where everyday life unfolds in a town not yet transformed by industry. Mamucium marks the site where Manchester's history truly begins. Roman soldiers established a fort here nearly 2,000 years ago, creating a military outpost along a strategic northern route. By the 17th century, the ancient walls have long since crumbled, and the site lies largely beneath farmland. Local farmers work the fields above the buried remains, occasionally turning up fragments of pottery or worn coins with their ploughs. Antiquarians sometimes visit, curious about what lies beneath the soil. But for most residents, the Roman past exists mainly as local legend and the faint echo of an unfamiliar name. Chetham's College occupies one of Manchester's most distinctive buildings. Founded in 1653 under the will of wealthy merchant Humphrey Chetham, it serves two important purposes: providing education for poor boys and housing a public library open to scholars and readers. The buildings themselves date back to the 15th century, originally constructed for the priests of the nearby collegiate church. Inside, students live and learn together, following a strict daily routine of lessons, meals, and prayers. Scholars browse the library's growing collection, consulting books that remain chained to wooden reading desks. The college provides opportunity for children who might otherwise have none, while quietly contributing to the town's intellectual life. Deansgate runs through Manchester like a spine, connecting different parts of the town and serving as one of its busiest routes. Traders push carts along its length, their wheels grinding over packed earth and cobblestones. Shops and workshops line both sides. Tailors, glovers, shoemakers, and sellers of household goods call out to passing customers. Servants hurry between errands, merchants discuss prices in doorways, and neighbours pause to exchange news. The street carries the constant movement of commerce, linking the market areas with the religious and residential quarters. Throughout the day, Deansgate hums with activity and the sounds of trade. St Anne's Church represents something new in Manchester's religious landscape. Consecrated in 1712, it serves the growing population of prosperous merchants and professionals settling in the expanding town. The building's classical design reflects fashionable architectural tastes of the early 18th century, a visible sign of the wealth accumulating here. Inside, families occupy rented pews arranged according to social standing, while those of lesser means find space at the back or along the aisles. Sunday services bring together the commercial elite, their faith and their business interests quietly intertwined within these walls. The church provides a spiritual home for those whose success has raised them above the older, more crowded parts of town. Manchester Cathedral, known during this period as the Collegiate Church, stands at the heart of the town's spiritual and social life. The building has served this community for centuries, its stone walls witnessing generations of baptisms, marriages, and funerals. Clergy move through the nave conducting daily services, while townspeople gather for worship, celebration, and mourning alike. The churchyard sometimes fills with the noise of nearby markets, the sacred and the commercial existing comfortably side by side. For Manchester's residents, this church represents something permanent in a world that changes a little more with each passing decade. Here, the rhythm of religious observance marks the passing of each day. Morning prayers bring a small number of faithful through the heavy doors, while larger congregations gather on Sundays and holy days. The cathedral employs more than just clergy. Vergers prepare the space for services, sextons tend the grounds and dig graves, and musicians rehearse for important occasions. Local tradespeople benefit from the steady flow of visitors, selling refreshments and small goods to those who travel from outlying villages for worship or official business. The building functions as both a house of worship and an anchor, drawing people together at regular intervals throughout the week. This place also offers quieter moments away from the town's bustle. Individuals come to pray alone, to sit in stillness, or to remember loved ones they have lost. Memorial inscriptions cover the walls and floor, marking the lives of merchants, clergymen, and local worthies from generations past. Light shifts through the windows as hours pass, the interior moving from shadow to gentle brightness and back again. For many, a visit to the cathedral provides a pause from the demands of work and family, a space set apart from ordinary routine, where time seems to move more slowly. Marketplace forms the commercial heart of Manchester, a square that comes alive on designated market days. Farmers arrive from the surrounding countryside with produce, livestock, and dairy goods loaded onto carts or carried on their backs. Local craftsmen set up stalls displaying cloth, pottery, leather goods, and metalwork for sale. Buyers move between the vendors, examining quality, testing weights, and haggling over prices with practiced skill. The noise builds through the morning, voices raised in negotiation, animals calling out, wheels rattling over stone. Officials keep watch to ensure honest dealing and maintain order among the growing crowd. This area serves purposes beyond trade as well. Proclamations are read aloud here, official announcements delivered to whoever gathers to listen. Punishments are occasionally carried out in public view, reinforcing authority and warning others against wrongdoing. But on most ordinary days, the square simply fills with the activity of daily life. Neighbors meeting by chance, servants completing household errands, children darting between the legs of adults. As afternoon wears on, traders begin packing their unsold goods. The crowd gradually thins, and the square slowly empties until the next market day brings it back to life. The Manchester-Salford border follows the River Irwell, a natural boundary separating two distinct but closely connected towns. Bridges span the water at several points, allowing residents to cross easily for work, trade, or visits to family. Salford maintains its own markets and local governance, yet the daily lives of people on both banks constantly intertwine. Along the river's edges, small industries take advantage of the water access. Tanneries, dye works, and fulling mills operate here, their presence marked by distinctive smells and the steady activity of labourers. The border functions less as a true division and more as a shared seam, stitching together two communities whose fortunes remain closely linked. Manchester in the 17th and 18th centuries remains a modest market town, its streets busy with trade and its churches central to community life. The patterns of work, worship, and daily routine continue much as they have for generations, shaped by the seasons and the familiar rhythms of an English town.